Hey, what is up you guys? Welcome back to the Flipping CSGO skins to a card series. In the last episode I went over the new strategies that I have unlocked for myself and managed to achieve some insane results. Till today I have continued doing those things and even brought back a few older strategies that still work just fine. I continue to dip my toes into things I am not ready for because that's just how I learn and improve. But sadly this time it turns out that I dipped my toes into lava. I had one of the biggest losses in my history of trading. Still, that loss didn't leave much of a dent because even with that, I managed to set a new record for profit. In this episode, I'm going to cover all the progress I have done in the last 45 days and also try to show you more things on screen rather than just gameplay. First, let's talk about flipping on buff. In the last episode, I mentioned that I just got started and it was bringing me a decent amount of profit each week. I continued doing that for a while and ended up making a good 7% profit each rotation. If you convert this sum from yuan to euros, it's about 6 euro profit. Doesn't seem like a lot, but it is because we are looking at the percentages. If I would start flipping on buff with 1000 euros for example and make 7% profit 3 times a month, then it would take me around 3 months to double the value of the initial capital. And usually it takes me around 30 minutes each day to do all the things that need to be done for this strategy to work. Of course, reality doesn't always coincide with the theoretical in terms of time spent and in terms of profit. Sometimes it can be even better, but other times it can be worse too. However, I stopped doing this towards the end of December. I decided to just sell everything and buy 2021 souvenir packages. I think I have a little over 1000 of them at this point. Yeah, it's a lot. The reason I bought so many now is because they should be going out of the CSGO shop anytime soon, and the price is sure to have an initial boost from that, but even if it comes back to the current value, I'm still going to make a good, decent profit. Remember in the last video, I said that I had 360 of those packages. Well, it only took me 15 days to sell them all for a 30% profit. It's insane. I moved all of them to Skinport, waited till they were tradable, and started listing them for sale little by little. The price started going up because at about that time, the Turkish lira price was corrected in CSGO, so people couldn't buy packages for dirt cheap anymore. Seeing that this investment was a massive win for me, I decided to dedicate to it half of my capital, and yeah, now I have an extra 1000 souvenir packages. And actually this time, I'm planning to sell them at a 60% profit. I can't be sure that it's gonna happen, but if it does, that would be over 1000 euro profit just from these packages. So yeah, next month could be even better than this one. Okay, now time for the mess up. Yeah, I wanted to get into flipping skins with rare and expensive stickers on them, specifically the Katowice 2014 crafts. I admitted I didn't get very well informed before going in. It was kind of an impulse decision. I found this P250 splash with a Hellraiser's holo from 2014. The price for this unapplied sticker is around 8000 euros currently. And considering that the price for the skin was 107 euro, I thought it was a good deal since it was only 1.3% of the sticker price. But as it turned out, it was not that simple. Even Zippo replied to my tweet about it, telling me that most likely I made a mistake. And yeah, he was right. There are many crafts exactly like this, and the skin itself isn't great either. But the trouble doesn't stop here. I ended up going on a shopping spree. This was of course before I knew it was a mistake. Yeah, I also bought this Op Electric Hive with a Vox holo on the scope for 28 euro. After that, I was understandably sad, but I knew that this is just the cost of being reckless and accepted it. I ended up selling the skins on Skinbit. I started auctioning the skins at the same price I bought them, but nobody was interested, so I started lowering the price and finally they both got purchased. Overall, I lost 150 euro on this trade, but in reality the loss is much bigger than that, because I missed out on potential profit. Also, I could have gotten more for those skins had I waited longer, but at the current pace that I'm moving, I cannot afford to wait around with a chunky sum of money tied up and not use it actively in flips. Next time, I will know not to go for expensive sticker crafts unless they are severely underpriced. Since the last update, Skinport remained the main source of profit for me, where I have recently reached 18,000 euros in sales, which is 10,000 more than the last episode. Yeah, it was crazy this month. Also, as promised in the last video, I got back into stock investing. I bought €176 worth of Tesla stock, and currently I'm sitting at 191, so that's pretty neat. Now let's go over the profit in the last 45 days and the overall value of my inventory. With all the flipping I did, I managed to secure a profit of €1,350, which is a 37% growth on my portfolio over 45 days. I also have other income sources such as YouTube AdSense, my sponsor Skinport, and a freelance gig that I did recently. These three together brought me another €437. And of course I invested every single penny of it back into flipping. From stocks I profited €15, which is not all that bad. In total the profit is €1,800. In the last update the value of my inventory was at €3,637. Now however the value sits at almost 5.5k. The past month was absolutely crazy, with ups and downs all over the place. I took on some relatively big losses, but the consistent profit from my other strategies saved the day. During this month I also bought my most expensive skin ever, a Karambit Gamma Doppler Phase 2 for €1,050 cash. After I sold it, I went in even bigger and I got myself a Talon Doppler Black Pearl. Yeah, this one is gonna be a little bit harder to sell I reckon, but I hope it won't take too long. Technically, at this point I can afford to buy a car, but I really have no use for one currently. Plus, if I do decide to do that, then I would lose a fat chunk of my investing capital and the profit will become significantly lower. So I'm not gonna buy it this soon, probably in 9 months or so. This past month I also went back and tried one of the oldest strategies that I found, which is buying Rust skins for buyers on Steam and selling them for basically the same price on Skinport, and losing only 12% when converting from Steam money to cash. I have an in-depth video about that too. I rotated around €100 this way and it still works just fine. I will start doing this more again soon. Also, I want to mention a couple of things about my process of filling up on buff balance. This right here is the history of items I have bought on Skinport and sold on buff. You can see that in the beginning I was getting less buff balance than the cash that I spent. With time I learned and adjusted, and now I have an average of 5% increase when going from Skinport to buff. I wouldn't say that there was any specific trick. I guess just looking at items on the expensive side seems to be working pretty well for me. I think that is pretty much it for the update. I'm having a lot of fun with flipping despite being quite absent from YouTube and other social media. I promise to come back with even better content in February when we can do unboxings, trade ups, giveaways and whatnot. Don't forget to join our Discord, follow me on Twitter and smash the like button if you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.